Wamekawia bila kurudi kwa hii point of interest. Nataka hiyo buy wafu rudi hadi hapa ndo tu sell it down. The point at least okuja 46.51 before we can start shorting.
Ujawapea custom. Mazaya ujawapea custom le.
Ndio na set up hapa stream.
Na views hapo hivyo.
Wana view kama watu wanataka to understand this soko pro.
Kuna wase kibao.
Jana waliocha 100 people. I guess it's time to touch more so stuff. Lazima watu wajue ku trade bana.
Man, yeah. Umeingia?
Tuko live actually. Tunangojea hii buy hivi then tushuke nayo tena. Ndio kabai katatuhemesha sana. Lakini tuko na balls, we will take it. Tuko kwa profit already. So, just waiting for them. So as we go up into target tuko nayo hapa 642 hapo ndo tuna target hiyo ndio our first like the first nini before going down. This is the point that we want to see attacked first. Then perhaps tunaweza anza hapa kwa hii area of attack. We have an area of attack around here. This is where we attack again, then we shot it. That's if kaita kubali because sisi kila saa inakubali inaweza meza. But the moment wamefika hapo, once they give me 10 points I'm out, like I'm out. Wakinipea tu 10 points wakishaingia kwa zone yangu
kwa Daniel.
Yeah. So they need to like push this thing up. Like we need this point to be tapped first. As we tap this TP around 46.42, tukipandaga up to like 46.50 there. Before tapping us for that extra set.
Steve, hapa huwezi control hizi ends hadi tanzia
Okay.
Hello.
Acha chukua kahawa ni kama.
Sawa.
Acha chukua kahawa.
Acha ni wasukuma hapa.
Oh.
Mad sense. The giveaway account. Man, congrats bra. Almost, but 200 to pit a target. Milk those people. The money, I hope it's money. That 200 USD you can get it. Like that's just good risk management and you get that.
Sio na behave ajire tena.
Hapo lazima wacheza hivyo before. Unajua wako kwa discount areas. Nataka those taki wateremke, sitaki wa take out ile kitu hapo.
It's a last ATL, now another 88 for the last 88. Your beat need a late. How I do what we up to, I walk up to date. We only easy target and I play hard to get.
Ndo sana toka kwa tela, hata unaweza tell nko kwa teli juma mnifoli ni rating over 10 tuwaroge kapela. Ama na lapel bora Mikey kona nani spoken moti again.
Ini onomatopia wanaona matope. Kaujonanga Sofia na sikekin matoke. Topando kofia chini makotes. Chai sindufia na iko escorted.
Nice toshe, Fatuma kam ni moshe. Hakuna uoisheni mchange mpaka itoshe. Korosi vinafaa unajengwa forceps. Si tupe tu kota tutasikika na uko kote.
Asi ujangili si kuvuta mabangi tu. Metoka chini sina option na baki juu. Wakona dalili ya kwa nakili hafifu. Chuja utazichuja takapa sipata katifu.
Chunga kisidim, kidunda kidim. Hata beat ya dance lapa iwezi kuridim. Vibes anaku easy pande I don't see them. Na feature white kama mseme mwaga semen.
Kronika fasia kikuvaa simulizi. Sitokea na asset wanashindwa tulitoa easy. Na kuja kakovu for real #easy. Wenda wazimu kitwana una #cheese.
Turia, wanawika turia. Hadi kushoto kwani ni wapi sijawakulia. sikupanda wanashanga najivunia kilipa wasaivi na kuna venye mnazitumia wacha ipumue labda mniue chaji hata kupok na hata kulangi nguruwe hata na hizo dread jo wakuje niwachanue nilidhani parcel kidogo nimchukue
Not nice never been sichafua sin toka tenjo kipatania mkopa chapisha chini nkona skeng na udaga kiria miti wita simi nimetumia mara mingi tuini ya mwisho yazimi
kani opposite na kuchapa utoto pasi hapa nitaka ini zinanikaba kama sima ankada tetemesha zabe kajongo anasikiza hot grabber tu comedy na fala anacheka kwani boss rada
tuwakoroge watoroke ama tuwaroge tuwakoroge ama tuwangore tuwatoke walisema tutoboise ndo nkujo nitoboke una head wrong direction acha mimi ndondoke
ni deeper than the surface buda hisi tatu uzoza mini tabu nilishakula kitabu kababa mimi babu niko bafu nafua dafu usitone hivi ndani tuko maji kama dafu
unamjua kafafu anything else ni jaba niko madaba zingine mahot graba na nikasanda jishtaki jua vile najibamba jembe na hudi usiku ndo nainza kishamba
niko na kangu na tibado na daikako bila loop mangafi ni kuambato simple mziki ni simple ni chagua vegetarian mpa venye na nikamu
niko na kango na image na clock zako chorea vako kaha uko ready for battle terrorize vile shredder ufanyanga ninja turtles nimeosha vijana tangu nikiwa kidato staki yako shida ndo fanya nchukue na nishakula kiapo nikisota nifufue ni space songa hivyo nipumue unajua mimi nani si lazima nikujue
hizi zao ni za gialan girls spoken na beast and me I don't need a dungeon December to Jan tuna jam tuna wajanja vijana wanabanja zao ni pongi tuna ganja
anakupiza ni chapati si tuna manga na prefangise kuliko kuchapanisha vanga career ina fail dem akiacha kuonesha haga yangu inapaa hata nikiwaonesha daga
oi nechapa once anaenda kiregret what jaba once unajua jaba gets najua hizi hata mawochi hawani get keeper ametupata ndani ya 10
yoni mrazi nkona gut feeling alishangalaniwa na kas nini ili lando lirifilio gaslini wetu jichoche wipo nitakuharas mwili
North hakuna boss neza kaskazini hakuna silinda funga gas na zigi imefika kwa field adhoa kaskazini tumefika kuna viti na tukai na nyinyi
nikona mashada sina star shahada sina kazi anakuma hali nategemea mshahara gwande sahara bei ya kukupeleka hasara doba ikona toni yenye imeongezwa masala
tekitizi buda beat naifunga kaizi gunga miguu zao zinatupa si atutupi kasi lugha tunakuchai kwanza chunga sitamu ni chungu na kwanza si wangu mchumba
these people should start buying already wafike huko kwa entry we want to short them
chips and chicken hata kukutwekela kukuoneka kasketi wazazi wa Batman kutalistreti wana Girl is safe, mupepe say, girl them. Some feel as I'm baby. Chips and chicken, some fun and baby. Upanda chips, ati bakala mlele. Wapenga ndi chips akukana ulimi. Atende kutali kumufita choka. Chips chanku kunde kalanda tulachoka. Iyo pano akutisanga ngochoka. Alisiliasi akutisa kungochoka.
Chips and chicken. Safuna zambira, funa chips and chicken. Kaya bajuaya, mona kale chicken. Musempe musekazi, mani mubike. Chips and chicken. Safuna zambira, funa chips and chicken. Kaya bajuaya, mona kale chicken. Musempe musekazi, mani mubike. Zulu wabwela bayadi, ati akufuna chips and chicken. Di saladi, ati jikali jaspesi, clips, oh bambadi, oh magadi. Ati akufuna ka chicken, kabrai. Osai wala sausage, kavini, kabambadi. Sabola kambuzi, bakenaso wanadi. Disimena kufuna, waso wajemwadi. Ndawapangira budget, ndawakola pakacheti. Pano afiladi, pamwambaso ngati laketi. Tupila la business, ngati soto market. Kala ngata kukole sato manachesi. Akufewa kala ngati matresi. Chips and chicken. Safuna zambira, funa chips and chicken. Kaya bajuaya, mona ikale chicken. Musempe musekazi, mani mubike. Chips and chicken. Safuna zambira, funa chips and chicken. Kaya bajuaya, mona ikale chicken. Musempe musekazi, mani mubike. Majinjiri nyasa. Dela mundirante. Gafa. Idendiri mexicari. Pori.
Introducing ClickUp Super Agents, the world's first AI agents that natively collaborate.
Ni riski sana wawa mana kakona nchalant nikabambiki na mwonyesha kasko ya rauka usikae kwa kiti balance ustupe balance ustupe balance kakona nchalant nikabambiki na mwonyesha kasko ya rauka usikae kwa kiti balance ustupe balance gudi Rusha magudi mbele pazuri tuzo kwa budu full buda mrenga labda isimamie rubi freeze and shine mine itaki uvalie hudi anti Judy mindo alkale wasororeshe hizo magudi swaitane no kizi balance usipimane neza zima last na shot za mshale role model wao na rock gode top meza na top mode konde boy but stick sika konde mezitisa unalishwa ndo ukonde kakona nchalan nikabambiki na mwonyesha kasko ya rauka usikae kwa kiti balance ustupe balance ustupe balance kakona nchalan nikabambiki na mwonyesha kasko ya rauka usikae kwa kiti balance ustupe balance ustupe balance round 1 imekuwa hectic round 2 ndo tunachora ma forensics life betting sure bet tatutaki life messy moshimi wana floss na don Julio bila aibu tengia live at video minko kidale yanataka ndo zivio chukua kadi wache kuona sima imana ayezi kwa rahisi wanatuchai na washikwi na polisi wanatumada na tupatani kamite mwananchi anaonyeshwa si mwenye balance ustupe balance ustupe balance ustupe balance ustupe balance akona nchalan nikabambiki na mwonyesha kasko ya rauka usikae kwa kiti balance ustupe balance ustupe balance
ChatGPT, make me a thumbnail for this stream called
Yeah, I want to see price going up. I don't know why it's staying around there so much. I want for it to come around 46.51 before I can take a sell. I don't think sell should come right now. We're on a discount level. I don't think someone should sell at discount. Sidhani kabisa. I think we should wait for premium before selling. So I think buying from this area would be at least logical. I don't want to see it selling from that point. Alright. Leo price in a hole hapo sana bana. That's weird bana. The hole around that place so much. Alright. Yeah, now give us start entry 46.32. Get us to 46.51, 20 points from where we are. Then we can at least get a short if the market permits. Yeah. Mr. Mike uko hapo? Alright. Still waiting for the push upwards. Still waiting for the setup to come back to our area of attack once more.
Always hold. So you have that open, and we are rallying up. And if you look at which month was this? We had this month that was this is March. Now we are looking at February. We had a slight drop where we had 3 consecutive weeks selling. Now from that, selling. Now from that, the month of March was going to do anything, then this rush up that we had in March, going into the buying that we had in March, whether those buying candles were as a result of geopolitical situations, whatever, anything, whether they had that, it had nothing to do with whether Donald Trump will say something, but it had a lot to do with price running into a premium, and a premium of a gap. And that gap is that you have those 2 candles, and one is opening, jumping up. Like that was a big hurry. So we have the wick to body of an engulfing of that gap. And I'm looking at the first few weeks of March running into that level. And when I get to that level, what I do is I'll get to the daily. I'm not looking at those things people look at. You're looking at New York Open. No, this is the daily chart. So the daily chart, we are not looking at New York Open. We're not looking at New York Lunch in London Open. No, we are looking at what exactly is going on in those charts to give me an idea of, pursuing some formation around this level. So that level that I was marking there in the weekly chart, let me list it for you so you look at it from your own charts. between level 79.536 and level 80.482. That's the wick to body of that candle, and that's the zone now. I'm expecting that price will hit, and the first thing that happens when price hits level 80.482 on the daily chart now, if you're looking, Kev, I'm just sending you a request for the same. I'll try to do it once more. So I've sent two requests. One that so you have to accept the first one first.
Okay.
And anyone who wants to be a speaker too, you can. But you have to accept the invitation to speak or request one. I've sent one. So that level 80.482, then between that and level 79.536, we have a zone where we expect price to touch. And the first thing that happened is in the day. And if you are not very keen, the first thing you do
All right, I'm waiting for price to like start coming up. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we started consolidating over here, and it's 5 minutes time frame. That's too much consolidation. But I hope the next 1 hour candles, the one that opens in 8 minutes, I hope it comes and activate our like a little sales and give these buys opportunity. Again, we've already taken this sell side liquidity once more, so I hope it shoots up now. Hello. Hii price leo inacheza na sisi sana, like I really wanted to come back to us 46 48 zone before we short. Kuna jamaa anataka 46 42 ikuwe swept ndio ianze kushort. Yeah, mad sense. Yeah, I'm looking for the deeper retracement to 46.51. I think they might try to raid if they continue like this with this consolidation. I think they might try to raid this liquidity around 46.39 during New York. Then they can try to come back for this 46.42 again. If they continue with this behavior the whole of London, I think we will have to wait for them to come during New York session. Then we can try to hunt some sales, but I'll still wait for them to see if they can come to this point. Yeah. When I look to the daily time frame, I'm very convinced that we are bearish for some days. I'm very convinced that we are bearish. If you can look at that daily time frame, let's check the daily time frame. You can see like how it played out. We came to this fair value gap here, then we started shorting down. Okay, so maintaining the order flow, the bearish order flow that we have at the moment, I think it's very solid to believe that we can first come to this 4100. I was talking about 4100 yesterday in X. 4100, this level, most people didn't know why I was pointing out to this high, to this low, but this 4100 low is the low that we made before starting this upward move. See, this upward move is the first low that I want to see being attacked on the daily time frame, let alone this internal liquidity, this sell side liquidity, this one. We have tons of sell side liquidity on this range upwards, okay, but we have this major liquidity pool around 4100.57. I believe that's the low that we're coming for on the daily time frame, and that's why I'm looking for short sales for like for short sales ranging from 10 to 20 points, 10 points when it's scalping and 20 points when it's like slight holding. Yeah, but all in all, that's my target. Yeah, we might get some rejection around 45.35 because of that bullish order block around there, but I'd look for it to be taken out to the downside around 43.50. So that's a long distance from where we are at 46.40 to around 44,000. That's around 5,000 pips. Yeah, that's 5,000 pips. I think you can benefit from 100 pips every now and then, the fluctuations. Okay, let's go back to our 15-minute time frame, the 3 minutes time frame. Let's see them if they'll come. Yeah, I think they're trying to come back to our point of interest. I hope they do, because they've already taken the liquidity below this low. We've already swept this liquidity, you can see, and we've closed above it. So that's a sweep. That's not a run, that's a sweep. So I'm anticipating that shoot to the upside now, and then we can think of selling, right? But before it gets to that point, I think buys will be winning. Let's go to the 3rd minute. Yeah, I guess it's well priced now. I want for it to come to this point first before anything else. So most people say scalpers don't hold trades, but I mean, they're not patient. But I think every trading style got a patience in it. So I think this light bar is legit still.
External range to external. Then we had another attempt to do external that actually fails. So we had a swing formation with down close candle, up close candle, then a mighty displacement. The co-host, you would do the co-host request. So
Okay.
let me drop that one to you.
I'm waiting for that co-host request. I can see it clearly. Where can I find it?
I'm working on that. I think it's supposed to be from the speaker's position.
All right.
Then invite to co-host. See it?
I guess you are invited to co-host. Yeah. Okay. Let me respond. Accept the co-host. Yeah. I guess we're done. I guess we're good to go now.
So I think if power goes this side, then nobody's left hanging.
Yeah.
So I was just discussing about a trend in relation to change in state of delivery. And I was looking at the monthly chart. That's the silver. So the first few things I talked about were, it just doesn't matter where the candle wants to open. If it wants to open at the top of the other one, I don't care. If it were like, what's most important is it has opened, and I know the level where it has opened, which is helpful. Next, I want to know the low and the high of the previous candle and the behavior that the previous candle has done. The next is SMT. Silver had previously made the ultimate highs at around level 121.490. I just have to check that also gold had done the same. So these two assets, they just work like positive correlation. So open of the next month, which is the current month, from the daily chart, after the behavior of in a weekly perspective of the previous month, because we had a volume imbalance at around level 91.700. We also had another volume imbalance at around level 84.260. Then we had another one at level 80.54, 8-figure weekly. So I knew that this run up was just going to seek for a structure to look bearish. And on the daily chart, I wouldn't worry much about where it should correctly nail. That one is for me. I know ways of catching that exact tip of the high of the month or the high of the day or the high of the 4 hour. But for the purposes of the listeners and people who don't do my strategy, because that's not the thing I want to talk about, we are just talking about a change in state of delivery. By the way, it's a derivative a little bit that are just fashioned, like assembled of ICT concepts. So no one should ever accuse me of, like packaging and repackaging ICT stuff. I've stated it openly. I've said I assembled this. The only thing that is very original for me is my dealing range. That's very original concepts that does not have connection to ICT and anything history. So, guys, just for a brief introduction, because I want to bring in Kev to say something before then I bring in Peter, and then we get going. I just want to talk about this, that like around 2 years ago, we held a space with Kev, and he was the main speaker at that time, and a level of support and resistance. So don't worry if you come just FEG or SVG breaker, or after running a high into something, So there are a few things that came out, and if you study everything that we were discussing in that space, unfortunately I can't even access it. I think he did record, but it had a lot to do with at what point can you say price is going to respect structure, and specifically focusing on something like XAUSD. I'll be very open about my own experiences with this. XAUSD bana, hata usipo unaangalia sana vitu kama ati New York session ama nini. This thing has its own head. One day it is respecting those kills on times. Another day it is just doing its own thing. Yours is to find what structures are there and liquidity levels. So from that point on, I want to bring on Kev to weigh in on matters changed in state of delivery. Kev.
Hello, Mr. Boni, how are you doing? I hope you're doing fine. I'm doing fine on this other end. And it's such a great topic that you have today, changing state of a delivery. It's such a great topic, and I think many people want to focus about this thing if you are a trader, okay? So how not to fight the trend, that's an interesting subject too. So I believe time when you una trade and you are following the change in state of delivery in all time frames, let's say when taking trades, because CSD iko kila place, iko kwa 1 minute, iko kwa 5 minutes, iko kwa 10 minutes, 1 hour, and you can get a CSD inside a CSD, okay? So a change in state of delivery is let's say it's the market itself. I think the change of state in delivery is the market itself. Basically, if you understand CSD, I think you can understand everything from the retracement to the impulsive moves, because the market can't move without changing the state of delivery, okay? So for a market to take from the sells to the buys, we must have that change in state of delivery, okay? That's why I love waiting for the CSD in every point that I trade, okay? For like for instance, today in gold, I'm waiting for price to come around the 46.51 area before I can maybe think of selling, and that's during London session. The trade idea that I have for maybe New York session, I want for price to come keeping the CSD around 46.50, because on the daily time frame that's also a CSD, okay? But I'll be anticipating for it to come that on the daily CSD first, because we might even ignore the 15-minute one. We never know until price shows us, okay? So I think understanding CSD and understanding the market goes hand in hand. If you can understand the change in structure and state of delivery, basically that's it. I don't think you can simplify it more than that, okay? It can be simplified past that, but before you understand it, you'll have to eat some couple losses, because you're lazima, you must pay your fair share to the market. What I can say about CSD is whenever you see the market changing from bearish to bullish, that on itself, that skeleton is the change in state of delivery. But for it to make sense, you must check it kwa candle. Let's say tuangalia let's say data ya jana. Yesterday's data, I'm sharing the screen. If you have my YouTube, you can check. I'm sharing it right now, so you can check around the New York time 3 a.m. candle and 2 a.m. candle. Those two candles yesterday were very important. I want you to use the same methodology that I'll give here to check the CSD, because I think I can't explain it better. The best way I can do is maybe share it, okay? Let me delete everything first in my. Okay, so we have these three candles that I want us to reference in gold. The first one is the 2 a.m. candle yesterday. The second one is the 3 a.m. candle yesterday. Then the third one is the 6 a.m. candle yesterday. if you go to the chart and you mark those candles, just those 3 candles, you don't need any other candle, you just need those candles for yesterday's price action. Okay, if you go to that time frame, to the 1 hour, and mark those candles, you'll see that there was price trying to come back to those points. Okay, I call them areas of attack or reference point. You see, those reference point, price will come and revisit them once more. Once they are formed, once they are freshly formed, price always come back to those levels. Okay, you can have all the structural shift, you can have all the market structure shift, but if your order flow is not in alignment with the CISD, you'll get kicked always, again and again. That's what I understood, and that's what made me shift my gears to checking into CISD. Now let's go back to the 15 minutes time frame in alignment with the 1 hour CISDs. Okay, look at all the points that price turned in the 15 minutes time frame. If you have that time frame in your laptop or your phone, you can see price came back to the 1 hour zone that we've marked. It raided that liquidity inside the 15 minutes, then reacted off that 1 hour change in state of delivery. We have so many CISDs. You need to understand that one CISD is one of the CISDs that exist. Okay, we have order flow change in state of delivery. We have so many CISDs. Okay, so yesterday you can see that price came back to this 1 hour CISD, raided the low created at 6:45 a.m. The low was raided at 8 a.m. New York time. Okay, but the raid happened inside that 1 hour CISD. Okay, we have the second CISD that I told you to mark in the 1 hour time frame. Price came out of that CISD at 9 a.m. New York session, but later returned it exactly at 9:15. At 9:15 is the moment that you will be selling. Okay, targeting what? The sell side liquidity at 20:15 Sunday. Okay, now let's look at Monday New York late, actually Asian session on Monday. We can see price coming back to that reference point once again, that CISD once again. Let's see, it went far away from that, but later came on back to that point again. Okay, so once you can see this thing unveiling in price, look at this point. Now this is our point of reference, but let's go back to the 1 hour time frame once again. You'll see it well. Look at this point of interest. Like, price came at exactly 20:00. That's 8 p.m. New York session, right? But it came to this point of area here, point of interest around 6. You see, it's not coincidental. It's not coincidental. It's supposed to be that way. That's how the market maker makes this market to occur. Okay, so look at this point here. Let's go to the 15 minutes. That's how you catch the tips. Let me spill the beans. That's how you catch the tips. That's how you see me catching the tips in the X. Okay, that's how I catch those zero drawdown trades, because once price come to this area, there is no going back. Price must react. Price must short. Okay, price must short. Let's go back to the 1 minute time frame in that zone that I've marked. Okay, this is the zone, the red part.
I okay, uko mute man.
Ngoja niko mute bro. Okay, a minute.
Sikusi.
Kiasi tu bravo, kiasi. Hata niko hapa nina explain hapa kwa X nini? Kwa X page fulani hapa nimeinvite na Mr. White. I'm trying to make them understand this CISD thing. Let me zoom here. So you can see this area of interest here. Okay, you can see this point of interest here. Let's mark it this red zone. See,
okay, skuski uko mute.
Oh, kiasi.
So you on mute some more man.
Oh, niko mute. I didn't know. Let me unmute it. Kiasi tu. Paka yangu inanisumbua bana. I guess it's because I was like
Okay.
Kiasi tu bro, kiasi tu.
Bado uko mute man.
Kiasi tu. I didn't tell my co-host. I didn't tell my co-host that I was.
Tell him to stop bitching.
Yeah.
If you say escape your workers,
He-
you give that person time to work on your matter. You don't keep on. Commute, bwana.
Hatuko tumebonga for a minute, so I guess that's the main reason. Yeah, okay. So I guess you can see me now. I guess you can hear me now. Let's finish this intro first, then I'll unmute from this other end. I guess because I'm talking on my Google Meets while on OBS and still on, what do we call this? All right. So here at around this CISD block that we marked here on the 1 hour time frame, around that area.
Uko mute, okay.
Chill kiasi nikukall bro.
Nashinda nikikwambia uko mute.
Au nisikii poa?
Okay.
Halo, nimebidi nikudungia hata na nini, ni kwa sababu niko
Okay.
kwa live stream.
Hadi kwa simu sikusikii.
Au nisikii? Unanisikia? Okay, let's go back to the stream. Okay, yeah, so this is my point of interest that I'm looking for price to like react, and you can see once price came to the 1 minute around this area, price dropped. Okay, price dropped, and that's the power of CSD, I think, guys. Mr. White, can you take on kidogo hapa nitengeneze stuff, then I'll take the mic back. Okay.
Okay. No, sikusikii.